So I've been playing RPGs for many years, and I've had whole campaigns where we never used miniatures or maps, and others where we had minis and maybe cardstock tiles or dry erase combat mats. Sometime roughly in 2007, one of my old friends bought some Her Starts molds and made a bunch of cool terrain for a D&D campaign he was running. He's an artist, and he grew up in a very artistic and crafty family. So, of course, his stuff looks incredible. But I remember asking him at the time how hard it was, and he basically said it wasn't hard, but it was time consuming. When we played with his terrain, it really brought some of the encounters to life, but I think at the time, I was just scared to commit to doing something on this scale. Plus, the terrain seemed very delicate. Over the past 6 years or so, I've been getting together with another group of friends about twice a year for an epic gaming weekend. We've had a blast every time, but the terrain was usually limited to cardstock tiles or dry erase mats, and I just felt like I wanted more. So one day, a couple of years back, I was gaming with another friend in my old neighborhood, and one of the gamers in that group had this amazing dungeon terrain, which he explained was from Dwarven Forge. He had backed their Kickstarter for the Dwarvenite dungeon tiles and had a whole bag full of the stuff. I loved how easy it was to set up a dungeon and how cool and realistic it was. Plus, it was sturdy and flexible. I went home that very night and started scouring the web for everything about Dwarven Forge. As luck would have it, Dwarven Forge was just launching their City Builder Kickstarter. This looked incredible, and I was already hooked on their products. So I convinced my wife that this could be my birthday and Christmas present, and I backed the Kickstarter with a boatload of money and backer rewards. The high from my Dwarven Forge lasted a couple of weeks, but the turnaround time was going to be like 8 months. So while I patiently waited for January 2016, I started looking around the web for Dwarven Forge stuff. I stumbled upon some DIY videos that were tagged with Dwarven Forge and dungeon tiles, which led me to this interesting community of crafters. The first crafter channel that really hooked me was DM Scotty. His friendly mannerism and helpful approach really helped take away my fear about trying some crafting. I watched his videos, many of them repeatedly, studying how he made his stuff. Through the DM's Craft Facebook page and DM Scotty's YouTube channel, I found other master crafters like Wyloch and DMG. I spent months just being a watcher, lurking in the community and marveling at what everyone did, and writing down notes and plans for things that I wanted to copy and try myself. During that time, I also started hoarding crafting supplies, including all sorts of cardboard, styrofoam, and anything interesting that I thought would make for good crafting material. Eventually, I went shopping using DM Scotty's supply list. I bought my paints and my brushes, my hot glue guns, and other sundry items. I organized all my stuff, and I thought I was all set, but I still hadn't actually crafted anything yet. In the back of my mind, I was still afraid to try it. Too worried that I would fail and my stuff would suck. Then my sons, who had been along with me on this crafting journey, asked me, "Daddy, when are we going to stop watching crafting videos and actually make something?" That was it for me. I knew I had to stop procrastinating and just do it. My first attempts weren't easy. Even though I followed DM Scotty's videos step by step, my technique wasn't as masterful as his. I was frustrated and disheartened, but in the process of actually doing some crafting, I'm learning that it's okay if my first few pieces suck, and it's okay if I need to make more. The process itself is fun, and I get to spend time with my boys making cool things for a game that I love to play. So, in the immortal words of DM Scotty, go forth and craft.